What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Weekly Indie Newcomer, the weekend series where you and I take a look at an indie game that's been bouncing around my brain over the course of the last week. This week we're taking a look at Space Run Galaxy, which is the sequel to the well-received Space Run. If you never played Space Run, essentially it's a game that kind of puts the tower defense genre on its ass while at the same time tasking you with shipping cargo all over the galaxy. This one is very much kind of a sandbox game, and I like that about it. A sandbox tower defense game. Who would have thought? You know, some of the mashups that some of these companies come up with are amazing. It also integrates online multiplayer in a very, very interesting way, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. I do like the system that it has in play. One little caveat, I'm not sure if this is quite an indie game. It was published by Focus Home Interactive, so it's kind of like on the edge, I guess, but I still feel like it's a pretty solid game, and I wanted to check it out this weekend, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Still, it was made by a smaller company, so maybe I'll get away with the designation. Maybe. This is definitely not one of those games that you're going to have to dig up on like itch.io or anything like that. So without further ado, let's play some Space Run. I figure we'll chop up the first half of this will be us just playing the game from the beginning, and then the second half will be me playing my other game, which is actually a little bit better developed, so that you can see where the game goes later on and you can get a feel for how the game is going to play. The game is narrative heavy. It does have a storyline, and there are different factions and things that you can work for. Wow, this is taking forever. There we go. Now it popped up. I've got my Galactisplat profile right here, which is the one we'll check out in just a minute, where I've leveled up a little bit and I've got some of the cooler towers and some of the cooler guns. But up until then, let's start a new game. So we'll just call this one. That's perfectly... Oh, I've got invalid characters. We'll call it Splattercat. There we go. That works out. Ain't got time for naming shit. I got time for gaming shit.
Greetings, potential space runner. I'm Captain Buckman. Back in the day, maybe 20 years ago, when this sector was new, I was a space runner. Actually, not to brag, but I was the space runner. Yep, if anybody needed anything delivered from one planet to another, I was the man to do it. Now, I'm starting my own company of space runners. Your exploits have come to my attention. I want you to work for me. Yes, you should be honored. I want to hire you to fly planet to planet, making valuable deliveries all over the known worlds. What's in it for you? Well, I'll tell you. If adventure, fame, the thrill of exploring new worlds, and all that jazz isn't enough for you, I'll also make sure you get paid top credits. Plus, during my days as the premier space runner in the galaxy, I made a lot of connections. People, important people, come to me with jobs, and I can assign those jobs to you.
Missions time. So I went ahead and I skipped the tutorial. That first little bit right there was storyline approved, but the rest of it was just it telling me how to use WASD and whatnot. I'll explain it as we play. Let's get a mission right now. How about that?
Good news, rookie space runner. I have a job for us. And by us, I mean mostly you. Have you heard of Big Cargo?
Yes, of course. My captain and I are familiar with them. They're the biggest mover of cargo in the known systems. Their headquarters orbit the ice planet Gaius.
Very good. Lucky for you, their CEO Susanna Siren and I go way back. Even though Susanna is colder than Gaius itself, she is warm to me. I'll have Adam 12, Patcher 30 you now.
Nice to meet you, Space Runner. Buck speaks almost as highly of you as he does himself.
My captain and I are eager to show you why that is.
Excellent. As it so happens, I do have a trial mission for you. It appears on one of his last runs, Buck forgot to deliver some goods to our headquarters.
Well, I admit, I do forget things from time to time. Not as young as I used to be. Plus, pirates trying to kill you makes you prioritize more important things. Like surviving.
In his defense, Mr. Buck has taken a lot of shots to the head. Sometimes it's a wonder he remembers anything at all.
Anyhow, I would greatly appreciate you delivering my leftover cargo from Buck's base to my HQ, orbiting Gaius.
Consider it done, ma'am.
You're bound to run into a pirate or two. Make sure to give him my regards before you blow him away. I'd say good luck, but luck is for chumps.
It's rough on this edge of space. The first thing you're supposed to do when you meet a pirate is blow him.
Hello, rookie.
All right, we're going to take this mission. That's what we have to deliver right there, and that's how many slots it takes up on our ship. These are the rewards. We get 45 XP, we get some offensive materials, some defensive materials, and some utility materials, which are used for buying and upgrading the different tower parts that you're going to put on your ship. I could call them like the different guns and things like that, but really this is a tower defense game kind of in motion. So we're going to go ahead and take this job to go to Gaius, so there it is, and we could choose to play the mission right now if we want to, which there's nothing else to do, so that's exactly what we're going to take part in.
The system map.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, I know. Thank you. Nope, no more robot talk. Robot talky baddie. Alright, so this is the galaxy right here. As you level up, you'll be able to go to all these different places. The missions do get harder, they do get nastier, and they do require a little bit of preparation and some intelligent upgrading. But the good news is if you hit one of these missions and you just stall out, you can play the earlier ones and just move cargo around the easier parts of the galaxy as much as you want until you feel like you're ready. And so it's definitely a play at your own pace type of game, and I like that about it. We're going to click here, and we're going to select Run.
Captain,
Okay, yep, I know how to do this. We click this right here. We got to put this cargo on our ship at the beginning. We got to outfit the ship to be ready to move things from point A to point B. That's good enough for me right now. As you can tell, shipping is not that sophisticated in space. We just slap the boxes to the top of our weird little pancake ship. And then we're off on the road to Gaius. Yes! Space flight, music, nuclear, LED signs. And through the jump gate we go, although it's more of like a launch gate. So here's where we start out from. We've got ourselves laser cannons for offense. We have 8 of them. You cannot move them once you have them. We've got space thrusters, which make us go faster. Down here you'll see kind of like a little musical sheet. It looks like we got asteroids coming from the front. Yes. I will prepare for them. So they give you time. When this fills up, that's when they're going to be here. And so we will build a laser cannon facing forward to attack that threat. That little bar right there is how long until it's done. The green bar is how much health it has. Its health is on top. Each of these little spots has health too, and they fall off when they take too much damage. Its health is depleted first before the thing underneath gets depleted. So here comes our first little set of asteroids. We should be able to handle that no problem. Now, as I was saying, we've got a track along the bottom here. As we install thrusters, we will go faster, and outrunning these little stars right here gives us a better rating, which in turn gets us bonus rewards, bonus XP, and all kinds of good stuff. And so we'll probably want to slap some thrusters on this bitch at some point so that we can fly through space like a baller, just like, wah! Throw a Hemi up on this thing. Let it go. And so here comes the asteroids. The gun should start taking care of them very, very shortly. So there it is. We want to pick up nuts. That's right. Everything in the galaxy drops nuts when you shoot it. Insert plausible testicle joke. And that's where most of my humor is going to come from on this series. Now we have pirates coming from the right. My suggestion would be to build a laser cannon right there. I was hoping that would be up in time to get rid of that, but unfortunately it was not. Still, it will protect us. Yes, indeed. There is no such thing as too many cannons. I love my cannons. That's why I install so many of them. These guys are going to be shooting down this way. We can rotate the cannons by using the scroll bar in the middle of our mouse. And so that's 2 of our cannons. Now, if these cannons get destroyed, we don't get them back. This number does not replete itself. Once we've used these cannons, we're done. These are as many as we get for the entire run. So try to do your best to not lose cannons, and I'll show you the ways that you can do that once we get to the more complicated missions. Actually, probably after this one is when I'll swap over to my leveled up game so that you can see how the game actually functions in motion. So they're attacking my cannons. That's okay. Little bit more loot to be had right there. I will probably put a second cannon. I will definitely put a second cannon out right here, and probably a third cannon just to make sure. We have a lot of asteroids coming by, and I am slightly paranoid about it. Once we get a little bit more cash, I'll slap some more thrusters on here, and hopefully we'll be able to make up for the lost time that we have on this side. So we're missing some thrust. Luckily, there are a lot of asteroids coming in, so we should be able to make some cash very, very quickly to upgrade everything that's going to be coming our way. There we go. A little bit more to be had right there. Additionally, each of our cannons has a special ability. If we click on the cannon, we've got the manual shot. It's going to cost us energy, which is this right here. The more thrusters we have, the more focus we have. Sorry, it's called focus. The more focus we have, the more we can use those abilities. They are on cooldowns, however, so be careful about that. We have enemies coming in from that left-hand side. I'm going to suggest we go like so in order to make sure that we stay super safe. They're going to kill off these over here, and we're going to use this cash to start giving ourselves some new thrusteries. I do wish one change that I'd like to see is you have to mouse over the nuts in order to collect them to your ship. I'd like to see that changed. I just like to see the nuts come to you naturally. It would make this thing a lot easier. Once we're done with that, oh, I don't know. Go ahead and fire a manual shot at both of those because we do want the big grip of goodies right there. Oh, I messed up. All right, well, let's put a thruster on here. That'll make us go a little faster, and then as soon as we've killed off those pirates, I'm going to slap another thruster on this side. Make note of the fact that we have now created a larger threshold. We can actually hold and generate a lot more focus, which means we can use our abilities far more frequently. We should now be able to outrun that third star on that side, which will allow us to get better rewards when we get to the opposite end of the galaxy. I'm going to slap another cannon on right there, just in case they try to get after us with some heavier items. I think that's a pretty good plan. And then once we swap over, this mission should actually be over pretty shortly. This should not be too challenging of a mission. I'll show you some of the higher level stuff, and we'll talk about some of the things that you could do later on in the game, because I think that's where the meat and potatoes are. Like, this game is not front heavy. You start to discover how much cool stuff is in this game once you get about an hour and a half into it, and that's the point at which I started to get legitimately interested in a lot of the stuff that was going on, and I started to be like, okay, I get how this is all going to function, and it started to make me a lot more happy and excited. So give me more money. We're probably going to need, well, we're probably not. We're actually probably going to be able to float our way through this without too many problems. Alright, let's do this thing. I do wish you could click on these to make them like instantly come in right now too and get like a little boost on the map or whatever. Just a little thing that I've thought about, but sometimes you end up with these big dead periods where you're not doing anything because your ship is fully out, like, it's upgraded. It's outfitted as far as, you can only stick so many guns on your average spaceship. I mean, it'd be cool if you could flip the ship and put them on the bottom, too. Like, there's a button you could click and it would flip the ship over. Like, that'd be so badass. That'd be legit as hell, but not in the game yet. Maybe an expansion or DLC or something like that. We should be able to go through most of these without actually having to use our special abilities. And there it is. Dunsies. Finished. Out of here with a big old load of nuts. This ship... it's got more nuts than one of those redneck shits with the, or one of those redneck trucks that has like the truck nuts on the back. Yup.
Yeah, that was legendary.
You did pretty good. We moved quickly on that one. The game likes it when you move quickly. It wants you to move fast. It doesn't like that slow, tender loving. It wants you to come hard and fast. Just come straight at it. And so there's all of our bonuses. We unload the cargo. The progression of the mission is completed. She gives us a congratulation. We get leveled up, and we get like some new icons for our profile. We get some new things that we can deploy on our ship, which you will see very, very shortly in my higher level playthrough. And there it is. We get 3 of each of those. Now, what do you use these for? Go away. We don't want to talk. Alright, we'll skip all that because it's tutorial bullshit. We got offensive materials, defensive materials, and utility materials. Now, what do we use these for? Well, as you can see, you can trade these in to give yourself access to more cannons. You can also go over here to give yourself access to a shield generator, which is tremendously useful. I like it a lot. We can also buy a higher threshold for our thrusters, which you are going to need in order to complete the other missions fast enough. You can get an ion cannon, which is a gun that can rotate in any direction, which is kind of a cool little thing to put on your ship. But it fires slowly, so it's not quite as good as some of the other guns, but it is omnidirectional. Also, you can take these right here to increase the size of your ship, and that's what I would recommend doing on the front end of the game. Giving yourself more hard points, a very, very intelligent thing to do. And once that's done, we can bail out here, and we'll have access to the spaceport, which is where we can customize our ship.
Just a moment, please.
Alright, and so now we've got access to our ship customization. We have ourselves 6 extra little hard points that we can outfit right there. We can put them on that side, and oh, I guess I don't have enough, so never mind. I'm going to put them on the back then, and our ship is going to be kind of, I don't know, chode-like for right now. That's cool. Whatever. You got to do what you got to do. We can also paint the ship whatever way you want. So if you've got a particular strategy in mind, you can be like, all right, all of these are for guns. This is for a support platform right here. This is for cargo. This is for cargo. That's for cargo. That's for cargo. This is going to be for guns. This is going to be for guns. And then this, once again, will be for support, since the supports actually function based on adjacency. I find it easier to play the game if I label everything that I've got going on. Our command bridge is right there. If that gets destroyed, our ship disassembles itself and blows up entirely, so don't let that happen. Now that you basically know the way that we're going to be outfitting our ships and whatnot, let's go ahead and check out the higher level gameplay, because I feel like I haven't quite done justice to this just yet. All you're going to see, if we do our normal 25 to 30 minutes, all you're going to see is newbie stuff and tutorial stuff, and you're barely going to start to hit what is the actual meat and potatoes of the game, and I want you to see that because meat and potatoes are delicious. I love them very, very much. So let's swap over, we'll have a look, and we'll talk about some of that stuff, and then we'll do a high level run, and then we'll leave it right there. How's that sound? Welcome to Galactus Splat's playthrough. Unfortunately, I was going to show you, but somebody else bought up all the missions. So this is what the galaxy looks like once you've played for a little while and you've moved around. Now, these little boxes are how much cargo we have in each system. Now, I could manually move this stuff around myself, and different systems will offer you different upgrades and different ships and different trade-ins for these. And so you're going to kind of need them all over the galaxy in order to get all the stuff that you want. However, they are in these systems, and I can hire other players to move them around for me, and other players can hire me to move their stuff around if they don't feel like doing it themselves, and you can do that for a cost so that you can make more money. So for example, if I wanted somebody to take, let's create a contract here.
Create a contract. Simply follow you.
I click on the 2 cargoes that I have right here, and let's say that I wanted them to go to Antarax because there's a defensive upgrade that I want very, very badly, and I needed all my materials there. I could hire somebody to go from Bedoin to Antarax. So there it is. We create the contract, and I could set a price for it. Let's say 2,500 credits for somebody to run those 2 over there. We would create that, and that would mean that anybody in this system, so let's say we go down into here, and we wanted to take a mission. That means that if I clicked on this little button right here, bam, this guy has actually done the same thing. So let's take Quartz Quest. He wants us to go from here to Colony L87. Where is L87? Let's find out. He wants us to take this to, actually, all the way out of there, over there. So it's got multiple steps for us to take it. So we can't do that just yet because I haven't unlocked it. I would actually have to complete that first. But I have a contract right here where somebody could move my stuff around and make my life easier. And so, see, it's up for 167 hours. We wait for a player. Perhaps they're going that way anyways and they're doing a quest or moving their own stuff around. They would take that to earn some extra money on top. That's a very, very cool feature, and I like that a lot. That goes both ways, and I'm interested to see how the economy is going to play out as we get further into the game and there's more and more players playing the game. That'll be pretty sweet because some of these zones, for example, this one has a boss in it, and you might not be good enough to move your stuff around consistently, and so you might want somebody else to take that risk for you, and you can move some stuff around. Kind of cool stuff. Kind of cool stuff. And so I'm going to make another one up here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to create another contract for Toria Mines. Take that to Antarax, and then I'm going to pay another 2,500 for somebody to do it. And maybe by the end of this, we'll have people, Elderon has already taken it. So he's running our stuff. He's obviously on his way back over there, looking to earn some extra money. And so we will be notified. There it is. And so he's applied for the contract. I think I might have to, I don't know. We'll send the friend request over because it just seems like good business to have somebody on the docket if they'd like to do this. He's already taken that right there, so we'll wait and see if he concludes that. Somebody else will probably grab that one as well if they're on their way out. Let's play a higher level mission though so you can see how it all goes. So we are going to visit right here, and if we can get a, what was the name of that neighboring system right there? SETI Station. So let's say that we have SETI Station right now. We will visit right here. Are there any missions that will take us to SETI Station? Yes, there is. We actually have this one right here where we've got deliveries on our list already where I already took that quest. So Monkey Man over here, Xeno Prime, Simon Gibbons, he wants me to take that over there. We will play that right now. And so there it is. SETI Station, we will run you. And then we've got a couple of boxes that need to be over there. So I'm going to take, we'll put one right there, we'll put one right there, and we'll put one right there. And that sounds perfectly fine for me. I've color-coded everything for where I like stuff to go. White is going to be my luggage. Red is going to be weapon systems. Blue is going to be support systems, although blue is interchangeable with green for me. I don't really mind it that much. So let's be on our way out and see what we can accomplish here. I actually don't have enough thrusters to do this with 3 stars. I got to get a better ship in order to do that. But this is an upgraded model. This is not the original ship. You can buy a bunch of different ships if you want to. We've started out with, actually, it looks like we've got 2 light bombers coming in from the front, and they are going to go out and upwards. And so what I'd like to do for right now is we will take some laser cannons. We will put them right there. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a shield generator behind these so that they don't take as much damage. Hopefully I'll have enough to build a rocket launcher back here too, because rockets are the shiz. The special ability for the shield is actually to put a remote shield on other parts of your ship, which is pretty cool. It's very, very useful in a pinch. Let's get a rocket launcher up and going. They should open fire right here. I'm going to use some of my focus to get rid of that launcher in the center of their ship, because missiles hurt like a bitch in this game. And then hopefully we'll be able to finish them off before anything else goes wrong. Now, unfortunately, I am losing a cannon right there. I think that sucks, but at least we survived this. We actually lost a cannon right there, so we're going to have to replace that. Let's go ahead and slap that back on right there. And in fact, I may change around some of my options on this side to make my life easier. We've got asteroids coming in from the top. We actually didn't get a chance to blow those up, so we're going to miss out on a little bit of a bonus right there. And I'm going to get ready for the asteroids that are coming our way. I'm going to put in 3 of those on this side, and that should work out perfectly fine. Another thing that you can do is I have a repair module right now where I could have put that in instead of the shield unit, and that would have repaired everything that's adjacent to this side. It's a pretty sweet little thing, and you kind of want to pick and choose how you want to deploy it. I probably could have got away with less gun casualties if I had put a repair unit right there, but que sera, whatever will be when we're flying through space. We've also got guys coming in behind us, and now these are pirate starfighters. These are a little bit tougher, a little bit nastier. We probably want to get on top of those. So as soon as we kill off all these asteroids, I'm going to spend the remaining cash to put some rocket launchers facing that way to kill them off. But up until we get the option, not something to worry about for right now. It's easy to get caught up in the moment with this game and panic about. Hopefully, got lucky right there. Let's go ahead and I'm going to slap a missile launcher on that side
Construction on its way.
so that we're firing backwards.
I pity the fool who misses
And then I'd like to get some thrusters in too, because we are really lacking in that regard. Hopefully we can get 75 up right here. If we can't, we're probably going to take a little damage along that side. That's all right. Yeah, we might lose some cargo here. I made a mistake. I made a mistake and I messed up, but we need some backward-facing armaments there. I may install a repair thing right there to make our lives easier. They should be fine on this side. I'm going to go ahead and use a big shot to go ahead and take care of that so that we can get the good stuff. Got more baddies coming in. Okay. Let's break our rule then. I'm going to put in a repair unit right there because we got to defend the cargo. If we don't defend the cargo, we're going to have a rough time during this playthrough. As you can see, it's doing its job right now and making sure that that happens. In addition, it can do restoration, which automatically restores 2 units that are at the lowest health on your ship to maximum health. Very, very cool, useful stuff that you probably want to get down on if you can manage it. Little bit more good stuff coming in right now. Those asteroids are going to miss us, and then I'm going to slap a new thruster on right there so that we can move a tad quicker because we are a little bit behind the 8 ball right now. We also have zone strike with these rocket launchers, which is pretty useful. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Down they go, and that's going to eliminate them as targets, and then we'll finish that off before anything goes any further. My next recommendation would be... Ooh, we're out of missile launchers. That's no fun. I like my missile launchers, so that's a little bit of a downer. Instead, let's go ahead and install another thruster to keep things moving satisfactorily.
Who doesn't love a good thrust?
We're probably... Yes, robot, who doesn't love a good thrust? Apparently, she's got a dirty mind. Just the robot for me. My favorite kind of robot, the filthy robot. Alright, so this one's got some guns on it. Let's go ahead and open fire right there. My goal is to wipe out their turrets before they can do any kind of consistent damage to us. However, we are out of focus. I'm going to take this guy right here. We're going to run restoration to fix that right there before anything else goes wrong. We've got a ton of random things coming at us right now. And we've really kind of got to focus on that. I don't know if that big asteroid... Oh, Schnikes! Okay, so we have taken a little bit of damage right there. It's unfortunate, but it can't really be helped for right now. We've got enough to slap on another thruster. I am going to... Oh, we got a big ship coming in that way. So let's go ahead and we will rearm looking that way. We'll get repairing units in play on this side. I will probably put in a remote shield on one side too, because that would help out. But there's not much that I can do for those guys right there. This is going to be the boss on this map. my deployments were somewhat subpar. Yeah, I feel like I could have done better. The rocket launchers were a bad choice. I should have put some rear-facing stuff, and then we probably would have come out better. No, not Brownbeard. He has the shittiest and grossest of beards. How will we ever defeat Mighty Brownbeard? We definitely want to focus him with everything we can on one side. So let's hit him with what we got here. His cannons are going to come into firing range in just a moment. Hopefully we'll kill it before anything else goes wrong. What this does right here is it makes your ship go slower so that you're losing time. Losing a little bit of time. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and it's not going to work out well for us. We're out of focus right now, so I can't really increase the speed at which we are DPSing him down. However, we are about to lose our star right there, which is a downer, but the bonuses are not so great that you have to worry about completing everything 100%. Let's go ahead and start off right there. We'll get him with a manual shot to his bridge as well. Oh, maybe we won't. His bridge is right there. We've got to destroy that, otherwise we ain't getting shit done. I don't really have much left on any side of his ship, so as he swings down and southwards, we may have to live with the results of my actions, which means that I need a cannon down that way. And I need to snipe his bridge. There it is. And so he's out of the way. We've completed our mission and we're back on track. That's it. This is called Space Run Galaxy. If you like the game, I definitely recommend it. This is one of the ones that I've had a great time with. The production values are quite good. The music is good. The voice acting is passable to good. And so anyways, I enjoy the concept of the game, and I'm looking forward to seeing the way that it expands as well. I haven't gotten to the end of the galaxy yet. I haven't beaten the game, but the time that I spent with it has been tremendously enjoyable, so I figured I would slot it in for a space on Weekly Indie Newcomer. If you've never been here before, my name is Splattercat. This is a series I do on weekends called Weekly Indie Newcomer, where we hang out and we play a video game that you may or may not have heard of over the course of your time on the interwebs. This one turned out to be a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it tremendously, so hey, I figured I would show it to you. Oh good, our contracts have been completed. So see, commercial enterprises do work. Capitalism does work in the galaxy. If you wanted to get the game, I don't know what the price point is going to be just yet. It's not for sale for another 5 days or so. But check it on out, put it on your wish list. I'm sure you will be satisfied if you enjoy tower defense games that mix in a little bit of progression, a little bit of crafting through the mechanic, a little bit of building if you wanted to see what the other ships look like. We can buy ships through... Oh, we can't, actually. She does not have a... ship bay. Madame Roma, she's a gypsy that sells you defensive materials and stuff. I don't know. Pretty cool stuff, so you can trade with her as well. I will see you all next time. I hope you got a rough idea of what this game is going for with your time that you spent with me. It's been a lot of fun. I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.